Hi, I'm Jennifer Lee. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. I don't get a lot of visitors to this channel, but maybe you're a return visitor. If so, thank you so much for sticking with me. I could definitely use more people like you. I'm trying to grow this channel, and hopefully this video will help with that. I am going to do a brief spoiler-free review of the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. I went to see it this weekend and I loved it. I love World War II stories. I've read a lot of books and other materials about the era, seen plenty of movies set during that time. I just love a good what is wrong with my tongue? World War II story, and I especially appreciate it. Well, I appreciate gritty war flicks, whether they're set in this particular war or any war. I like it when the story shows the grittier side, shows that that no one really wins in war, and everybody has to get their hands filthy, no matter what side they're on. And this is one of those movies. I noticed quite a few similarities between the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare and Inglourious Basterds. It's the same same type of movie, you know, a World War II story that has action, drama, and humor sprinkled in, and a lot of violence. So, you know, if you're going to see this movie, be prepared for a lot of violence. Very, I mean, there's some parts that are shockingly violent, just like Inglourious Basterds. But unlike Inglourious Basterds, it's not alternate history. This is based on a true story, taken from Churchill's files that were declassified in 2016. Files about the Special Operations Executive, the branch of British intelligence that Churchill formed during World War II. And I'd heard of the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. That's kind of hard to say. I heard of it years ago. I know I read about it somewhere. I knew it was part of the SOE. So when I heard about this movie, I was like, oh, I got to go see this. And Carrie Elways is in this. I love Carrie Elways. Who doesn't? But yeah, as much as I've read about World War II, the characters in this movie, you know, they're based on real people, and I'd actually never heard of any of these people. There's Gus March Phillips, Marjorie Stewart, Anders Lassen, to name a few. Oh, and speaking of him, you know, another similarity between this and Inglourious Basterds is that in Inglourious Basterds there was the bear Jew, and in this movie there's a very large man who wrestled bears. So I just wanted to point that out. That I found that interesting. But yeah, I definitely want to learn more about these people now. And Ian Fleming is a character in this movie. I mean, I've known for a long time that he served in British intelligence during the war. But something I didn't know until I saw this movie is that, well, I didn't know he was so high up in the ranks that he had direct communication with Churchill. That surprised me. And something else I learned is that the character of Gus March Phillips, who's pretty much the primary character in this movie. I think most of the focus is on him. He was the inspiration. He was Ian Fleming's inspiration for James Bond. It's another thing I found very interesting. Another thing I was surprised to learn from this movie is that there were several British military leaders who wanted to oust Churchill as prime minister because he refused to surrender to Hitler. I found that very shocking, because maybe that. I mean, I'm sure there were a lot of people who couldn't see it at the time, but Hitler obviously couldn't be trusted. I mean, especially after what happened with the previous prime minister, Neville Chamberlain, and his appeasement of Hitler. They apparently didn't learn from that. So that was, I don't know what other word to use, but shocking. I don't know what else I can say about this movie without giving anything away. It definitely shows the really dark, violent side of war, but also there's humorous moments. And there's a point at which Carrie Elway's character says that the people needed for the mission, the particular mission that this movie is about, they needed people who were prone to not following orders, who were mad enough to do whatever it took to make sure the mission succeeded, who would be as ruthlessly violent as they needed to be, and people who would put the success of the mission above self-preservation. What else? I know there was something else I wanted to say. Oh gosh, what was it? Oh, I'm not. That the movie doesn't really say what exact year it takes place, unless it did and I missed it somehow. But I'm guessing it was 1942, because the movie clearly implies that it takes place after Pearl Harbor, after the United States officially entered the war, and the U.S. forces were trying to get across the Atlantic to help Great Britain, but they kept being thwarted by Nazi U-boats. So the mission is to stop the U-boats, and this team goes about their mission in very entertaining ways. I mean, I was so entertained and engrossed in this movie that the ending came before I expected it. The movie, if I remember correctly, the movie is 2 hours and 15 minutes long. But when the end came, it didn't seem to me like 2 hours had passed. I was that engrossed in it, so that's another plus for this movie. I think I've said all I can say without giving anything away. So I'll just leave you with an encouragement to go see this movie if you love good war stories. If you can handle the violence. I mean, if you can't watch movies like Inglourious Basterds, then you're probably not going to like this one. But if you like movies like that, then definitely go see this. So I think I'll give it 4 stars. Yeah, so thank you for watching this brief review of the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. Go see it. And thank you for watching this. Be sure to give it a thumbs up. And also, I would really appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel. Again, thank you for being here. And stay tuned to my channel for more upcoming content. Bye for now.